Hi Capricorn, welcome to the channel and welcome to your reading for June 2023. This reading is intended for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So let's get right into it. I did record almost this entire reading and then I realized that my storage was actually full. So I'm going to try my best to um, redo this reading. So let's begin. So in the middle of this spread, we have the Ten of Swords. And that is basically what this entire month is leading up to. Like, that is the breaking point, the focal point. So, everything before that and everything after that moment, this moment where you have this this is the moment where you push past a blockage that has been with you for a very long time and you are set free. So everything from the beginning of June until this moment, whenever this happens for you, is setting the stage for your success to come in the next half of this year. So we have the Five of Cups, the Two of Wands, and the Empress. Now, when it comes to work for you guys and just any responsibilities you have outside of yourself, so work, family, relationships, whatever the case is, it's weighing you guys down and it's depleting you emotionally and putting you in a very heavy place, a very, you know, lethargic state where you just don't have the energy to do anything but take care of your responsibilities, but take care of the people around you, but, do your job or whatever work is assigned to you, whatever work you've taken on. And you've become, stuck in this place where basically all you do is give to everything and everyone around you. And, you don't have any time for yourself. So you go to sleep. You don't have any energy for yourself. So you go to sleep, you wake up, and you do it all over again. Now, with the Two of Wands and the Empress, it's like you know that there's something more. There's something that's kind of nagging at your soul, and it's like you want something more. You know there's something more. You want this type of freedom that you can't quite understand. You can't really put your finger on what it is, but you can see that there is this different type of freedom, this different type of success, this different type of abundance, this different type of wealth. And you can't quite put your finger on what it is, but you know you want something more than what you're doing now. Like, this can't go on. You can't keep depleting yourself for the sake of everything around you. You know that there's a higher level of success, that there's a level of freedom where you can nurture yourself, you can nurture others, you can have the wealth that you need, you can have your creativity flourish. There's a different way of doing things. And you know it exists. It's like in the back of your mind, but you don't know how to get there yet, and you don't really know what that is. It's just kind of like a glimpse in your mind where you're like, there's something more. There's a different type of success. You're like, I know I'm doing all the quote unquote correct things when it comes to, working hard, being successful, making money, um, whatever it is. You're like, oh, I'm doing everything right. Like, I'm taking on the projects, I'm getting the promotions, I'm doing the things, but it's like it's not enjoyable. You might even find that you're not even making what you know you're worth when it comes to your work, because energetically it's not even a match between the amount that you're putting in, the amount you're depleting yourself, and what you're getting back, especially when you can't even enjoy it because you're so burnt. So you know that there's this different type of success where you can not only be, your work can be recognized, you can be successful, but you can also feel nurtured and supported and free on an emotional level. You don't see, part of the reason that you feel stressed when it comes to your responsibilities, that you feel bogged down, is because you're letting all these aspects of your life deplete you emotionally. You're putting way too much of yourself into all these other things and you're not giving anything back to yourself. So every time, you feel a little bit of energy, you feel that emotional cup filling up, you immediately give it away and, take on more projects, work longer hours, or go to help somebody in need, or somebody that you think is in need, somebody, you know, you go to help people, you go to do whatever it is. It's like you can't get, you can't empty your cup fast enough. You're like, it feels foreign to you to have that nurturing and that, um, that inner emotional wealth, and to be able to nurture yourself and feel free. It's like it feels so foreign. So as soon as it comes to you, you rush to give it away to whatever external source you can pour it into. So that brings us to this Ten of Swords. You, this Ten of Swords is like this wall, this block that has been in your life for a long, long time. And though you know how to work hard, you know about, success and what it takes to be successful, and you have poured all your energy into your work for so long. But like I said, you know that there's something more to this. There's a different type of freedom, there's a different type of wealth, there's a different type of success that is much more fulfilling and nurturing. And there's this wall here that Capricorns have created, because Capricorns, it's like you're afraid of this level of success in a way. It's like you're shying away from it. There's this blockage, and because with this new success, this new level of success, this freedom, this internal abundance, this internal wealth, there's this block there because it requires a level of letting go, releasing control, and really stepping into that receptive energy, allowing your creative energy to flow, where it's like you've constantly shied away from that. You're like, as soon as you approach something like that, you jump back and you find something be to attach yourself to. So if you find yourself in a place where you're like, oh, I can work on this creative project, I'm planning it out, I know what I want to do, I know how I want to change my life, or what kind of project I want to begin, whatever it is, you start it and you plan it, and then when it becomes real, when it requires that emotional intimacy, that free flowing emotion, creative energy, just letting go of control, surrendering to the process. It's like that's when you tense up and you attach yourself to something like the job you've always known, or whatever is secure for you. It's secure for you to, for many Capricorns, especially with this Ten of Swords, this indicates, a deep wound that has been with you for most of your life. And for many Capricorns, they go through this where you have been taught in some way, shape, or form to, block out, to kind of stifle this flow of creative energy, like halt that intimacy right when it starts. And so you attach yourself to something, you intellectualize your emotions, and you bury your head in work or bury your head in helping other people. And this month, you really need to be getting back into yourself. You need to step back from your responsibilities. And I don't mean quit your job or, you know, be irresponsible. I mean, take a step back energetically, go through the go to your job, go to work, fulfill your responsibilities, but this emotional investment you have where you pour out your cup into these responsibilities and leave yourself feeling drained. Take a step back from that and allow yourself to let go and do what you need to do, but realize that this job or whatever it is that you're doing isn't all there is. It isn't the be all end all. There's a higher level of success for you out there. That Empress energy is there, and you're looking at it and you're wondering why you can't get to it. And it's because every time you approach it, you turn the other way, you block it off. You don't want to walk past that wall, that Ten of Swords. You don't want to, break that barrier and let the walls down so that you can be open creatively, because this new level of success, it requires a form of vulnerability. It requires a form of you, putting your all, putting your heart out there. It's something, it's not just, oh, I do the work, I get paid. This is, putting yourself, your soul out there, and then having the energetic return of not just money, but just material stability and wealth all around. This is the success that you've been longing for. This is the success that you're always climbing the mountain to get, but the mountain never seems to end. There's always another mountain to climb, and it's because when you get to this point, you turn away and you pour your cup out and you put it into an external situation, and you will allow it to deplete your energy, and you say, I'm stressed out about this, I'm stressed out about that, I'm worried about this, I'm worried about that. And you need to take this energy back and put it back into yourself and allow your cup to fill up, and don't rush to deplete. You need to address whatever this is that makes you scared to nurture yourself, that makes you scared to have this cup fill up. And you're dumping it out onto all these situations when you need to be allowing it to fill up and pour out from there. The cliche is, you pour out from an overflowing cup. You don't dump it out on everything, so you're depleted, and everything else around you is stressing you out, and you have no energy for yourself. So for the beginning of this month, the first half of this month, or whenever you come to this pinnacle where you are like, I cannot take it anymore, I need to put myself out there, I need to let go, surrender, allow myself to heal, allow myself to be nurtured, nurture myself, energetically step back, go do your day-to-day tasks, your responsibilities, but don't be so emotionally invested that you're allowing it to completely energetically drain you. give yourself the time and space to, go home, be alone, and nurture yourself, heal yourself, um, connect with yourself, figure out what this wall is, what this Ten of Swords wound is that keeps you from opening the door to creative success, to, having this energetic abundance instead of clawing tooth and nail for the material world to, because you can claw and work your way up the mountain. And yeah, you will have some material reward due to that, but you will be drained. And what is the point when you can open these doors of creativity, open the doors of intimacy at a soul level, and take your energy back and have an unlimited abundance in many different shapes and forms that doesn't deplete you and allows you a freedom. You're not bound to your job, you're not bound to the stress, these responsibilities. They don't feel like chains, and you can create a life where you feel free, where you're excited to do your daily tasks. You're excited to have responsibilities because your responsibilities mean something to your core self. It's not just going to make money at a job and climbing the ladder and, you know, just depleting yourself, stressing yourself out. So, whenever this happens for you, you will get to this point where you're face to face with that wall and you have to tear it down in order to move forward. Because you will eventually have to move forward. It's the only way you can see success now. You're pouring yourself into this dead end at this point, and there's more to success. There's more to achieve. You just subconsciously, or whatever it is, you don't understand how to achieve that success. You can see it on the horizon, but you don't quite understand. Like, you have this inkling about what that kind of a success entails, but you don't fully understand that. So this month is about recalling this energy, not overextending yourself into any of these things, and giving back to yourself. Allow yourself to rest. When you're done with your responsibilities of the day, don't take those extra calls. Don't, whatever it is for you, allow yourself to rest. When you rest and you spend time with yourself, that's when you can connect with this part of you that has this wall up. And you'll discover a lot of different things about yourself. If you're in a place where you feel like, I don't know what you're talking about, this Empress energy, I don't have any creative ideas in mind. When you allow yourself to energetically pull back and de-stress and give back to yourself, you will start to connect with this aspect of yourself. And as you do this, it will tear down this wall you have, and you will find new forms of success beyond material, beyond feeling chained to physicality in such a way. And once this wall comes down, once you meet that part of yourself, everything comes so much easier. And you'll see right beyond that. Once once you see this wall, you're able to just go for it. You're able to just finally practice letting go and finally just running towards your creative aspirations. Once you take your energy back and you start putting it into what your dreams really are, and you can see that once that wall starts to break down, you can see what that success is for you, what this higher level of success is for you. It's not just a material success. It's not just sitting at your job, at your work, but it's fulfilling in all aspects of your life. And once you see that, it becomes so clear. And then for not just the rest of this month, but this is really the next half of this year, you can run towards that. You run towards that success. You can see it so clearly. And all these things start opening up to you because you're approaching work, you're approaching life, you're approaching responsibility. You're climbing that mountain in a different way. You're not just gritting your teeth and getting through it. You are happily just breezing past a lot of challenges and obstacles because you have this higher understanding, you have this energetic support from the universe. You're not so stressed out and so bogged down and so emotionally depleted that you feel like you have to pick away at and just grind through physical reality. It's like you have this, it's like a lightweight feeling where you can glide through all these obstacles and you almost feel like, why didn't I do these things sooner? Why didn't I see that door sooner? But it was because of this, for many of you since childhood, you were taught to not look at the world in this way. And, that life was about grinding in this hard way and this, you know, toiling and you're discovering now that it's not, that you can be free. You can work in a much more efficient way and you can have freedom and you can have wealth and you can have, you know, success without this grinding. It's a different type of work. Something that it's flipping, I guess, the way Capricorns would normally see the world, where you're taught to look at life in such a material way. And now, when you take a step back and you are able to give to yourself again, you can see the world and you can see success and you can see a different way. It's not just physical. And actually, physicality is the last